Not at all.
Okay, so you can get started recording.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Planting and Caring for a Lawn. This is how to plant and maintain a healthy lawn in Alaskan soils.
Now try.
There we go. We all want a thick and green lawn. It's easier than you think to plant a lawn that can look like this. So you need your length times your width to understand your square footage. Once you have your square footage, then you'll be able to determine how much seed and how much fertilizer to use. When you're starting a new lawn, it's easy enough to start a lawn on your own from seed versus having a company come and spray hydroseed. Hydroseeding is spraying on seed, mulch, and fertilizer through a hose. In the end, you get the same results applying with a spreader instead of a hose, and you did it yourself. Most landscapers in Alaska are using the same seed blend that we offer in small retail bags for you called Arctic Grow Alaska Lawn Mix. The advantages of doing this yourself is you save a lot of money not paying someone else to do the job. You put lime on the new soil. Hydroseeders cannot spray lime. And the reason for the lime is that the new soil is very acidic. So you want to put some lime on there to balance the pH. Topsoil is harvested from peat bogs and is very acidic. The lime will help to balance out the pH so that the nutrients don't get locked up in the soil. And the seed can absorb the nutrients from the fertilizer to grow strong. Good soil is essential. A healthy lawn starts with a good topsoil, 4 to 5 inches, leveled. Take a look at the soil before you buy it. If it's wet and heavy or clumps when you grab a handful, don't buy it. It should look like the photo below, loose and crumbly. Starting with a good base. So a good smooth surface makes for easier mowing in the future. Low spots can become problem areas where grass can die from several issues. Disease caused by standing water, and freeze and thaw die off. You have the soil leveled. Now add lime, fertilizer, and seed. It's fine to apply them all the same day. Do not mix them in the spreader as they are spread at different rates. So that's just a picture of the seed already down and raking it in. There's on the top right is a picture of a hand spreader with a little bit of fertilizer in it. Bottom left is a seed spreader spreading grass seed. And then bottom right is the grass seed on the ground that's starting to germinate. So that's the baby grass coming up. For a tip, spread half of your material north and south and the other half east and west. This assures even coverage. Do this both with your grass seed and your fertilizer to get nice even coverage. Alaska Lawn Mix. The Arctic Grow Lawn Mix is formulated for our Alaska soils and temperatures. It's a blend of fescues and Kentucky varieties that make a thick, lush green lawn that stands up to foot traffic. This seed blend takes a minimum of 14 to 21 days to germinate. That depends on your soil temperature and the soil temperature and the weather. Spread this at a rate of 3 to 5 pounds per 1,000 square feet. After spreading, use a lawn roller to tamp down the seed. Seed needs to have good contact with soil in order to germinate. Keep the soil moist during the germination period. Mow when the grass reaches 3 inches tall, and after 3 mows, the lawn is considered established. Keep it moist. Water enough to keep the soil moist until germination. The first watering should soak the top 6 inches of soil. This may take several light waterings. Allow the water to absorb between waterings. You don't want it to pool up because you'll float the seed by overwatering. Hose end timers make this chore much easier. A good broadcast spreader is something you will use at least 3 times a year when you have a lawn. A broadcast spreader broadcasts the product out in front of the spreader. A drop spreader drops fertilizer and lime below the barrel onto the ground. This is good for powdered or flower lime, or what we call agricultural lime. Lime. So prilled lime is the easiest and cleanest to use. The lime has been coated into little pellets rather than a flour lime that is messy. Apply prilled lime at a rate of 50 pounds per 1,000 square feet for a new lawn. I know that sounds like a lot, but this amount is just for your first application. For an established lawn, spread at 12 pounds per 1,000 square feet. And the lime is great for gardens too. Use the correct fertilizer. When you're starting grass, flowers, or veggies, use a starter fertilizer like the Arctic Grow 83216 for big blooms and for healthy vegetables. The high middle number is for root establishment. Healthy roots make healthy plants. Apply at a rate of 15 pounds per 1,000 square feet for new lawns. For established lawns, you can use 221111 at a rate of 5 pounds per 1,000 square feet, or 1616 at a 7 pounds per 1,000 square feet. Arctic Grow weed and feed has to be used at the correct time to be effective. The soil and ambient air temperature need to be at least 60 degrees. It should be applied on a warm, sunny day. The leaves of the weeds will absorb the weed control, and after 24 to 48 hours, then water well. Do not water immediately after applying, or the weed control will not work. Follow the bag for instructions. Weeds are going to appear. So the topsoil is full of weed seeds, and you just gave them water and fertilizer. So wait until the grass is established to control the weeds. After your third mow, the lawn is considered established. Applying a weed killer too early can kill young sprouts. Don't use a weed and feed too soon, as you just put in a starter fertilizer. So wait 6 to 8 weeks between feedings. There are many types of weed control, both organic and inorganic. So just choose the right weed control for you. Time to cut the grass. Your first cut should be when the grass is 3 to 4 inches tall. And do not cut more than 1/3 of the height of the grass. Adjust the mower height accordingly. By cutting too deeply into the grass, you may harm the cuticle of the grass blade and kill or burn it. Proper mowing can strengthen your lawn's resistance against pests and weeds, and be sure your blade is sharp. So that's the 1/3 rule. You want to cut no more than 1/3 of the height of the grass. A good example there at the bottom. Caring for an established lawn. In the spring, when the lawn is wet, stay off until it's firm. Walking on wet lawns compacts the soil and can cause low spots. When the ground is dry enough to walk on, it's time to dethatch the lawn. A thatching machine can be rented and used in a day or half day, depending on the size of your lawn. This tears out the dead layers of grass thatch, allowing oxygen, nutrients, and water to reach the roots. Rake up and compost the thatch, then apply lime and fertilizer. To-do list for a healthy lawn. Fertilizer is generally applied 3 times per year and lime twice. To remember when to apply, think of the holidays as a guideline. Apply lime and fertilizer, then water well. So Memorial Weekend is your first lime and fertilizer. You use prilled lime and 221111. The high nitrogen greens the lawn quickly, so you want that high first number. At around 4th of July, use fertilizer only, either a 221111 for high nitrogen and quick green up, or a 1616 that's a balanced fertilizer, which is also good for your trees and shrubs. Or at this time, you can use a weed and feed to eliminate most weeds. By 4th of July, it's warm enough for the chemical in the weed and feed to be active. Then at Labor Day, prilled lime and fall fertilizer formulated to strengthen the roots to get them through the winter and boost in the spring. This is the most important time to apply fertilizer. Watering more than turning on the hose. Watering is more than turning on the hose. How much should you water and how often? Your lawn needs at least 1 inch to 1.5 inches of water per week. You can use a rain gauge to track the water. Water deeply 2 to 3 times per week. Water as early in the morning as you can, giving the lawn a good drink before the heat of the day. If you can't push a 6-inch screwdriver into your lawn, you're not watering enough. Water needs to get down to the roots. By not watering deep enough, the roots become shallow. Therefore, they may not be strong enough to get through the winter. Don't water so long that it runs down the street. This not only wastes water, but it flushes the nutrients out of your soil. And then just be sure you're getting complete coverage when you water. Lawn maintenance and problem areas. Everyone wants a nice looking lawn. To achieve that lush green lawn, you will need to control the weeds. Thick, healthy lawns have few weeds. There are many products to help with the weeds, but both organic and inorganic products are available. And we do have the Arctic Grow Weed and Feed. Grow grass in shady areas. Alaska Shady Mix. This seed is formulated to grow in mostly shade. The area should be free of moss and ready to plant. And then to repair brown spots, the Arctic Grow Lawn Repair Kit. This jug contains everything to patch spots in the lawn. It covers 150 square feet. So you rake out the dead grass, rough up the soil, sprinkle on the lawn repair, then water and keep moist until the growth in 14 to 21 days. Remember to shake the jug as the seed tends to settle to the bottom. Snow mold. This is something we saw a lot of this year. Snow mold is caused by a cold weather fungi. It shows up when the snow melts. Just rake the lawn to lift the thatch. Some of the blades will die out, but the roots should be fine. A dethatcher, much like a mower, makes this chore much easier. One can be rented for a few hours. Once all of the thatch is raked out, the lime and fertilizer will get to the roots much easier, therefore greening up the grass early in the season. And if you want to prevent the likelihood of snow mold, do a short cut in the fall with your lawnmower. Controlling moss. Arctic Grow Moss Control has the right ingredients to kill the moss and green the lawn. This fertilizer contains 10% iron to help control moss, and the 12-4-8 fertilizer helps to ensure your lawn receives the nutrients it needs. Spread at 8 pounds per 1,000 square feet, and each bag covers 2,500 square feet. Do not rinse off surfaces. Be sure you brush or blow off into a lawn. Iron may stain concrete. After the moss dies, rake out any dead brown pieces. These contain spores that will grow again if left in place. The most effective way to prevent moss from forming is reduce the amount of moisture in the area, removing obstructions blocking light and wind, break up the soil with a shovel, and tilling compost into the soil. Tilling compost into the soil is an effective way to improve your drainage. Once the moisture is controlled, plant lawn mix, and for small areas, use the lawn repair kit. We love dogs, but not what they do to the yard. So we have Grass Saver biscuits. You can feed these to your dog all year to prevent spots. We have a yard odor eliminator. This is hose end spray, eliminates dog odor. We have Dog Rocks. They're 100% natural and safe. It's an Australian product that helps save your lawn from burn patches caused by dogs when they urinate on your grass. We have Pee Post. It's a non-toxic pheromone-infused yard stake that prompts your dog's natural response to urinate. And then we have Pooper Scoopers, and that makes lawn cleanup time much easier. There are several styles available. The work is done. Enjoy your green, healthy lawn, and visit Alaska Mill and Feed Garden Center for all your pet and garden needs.
And if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat box. We'll stay on here for about another minute or two if you have any questions, and Sheila can answer those. And just so you are aware, all of the products that Sheila posted in this presentation, we do have available at the store right now. All of the Arctic Grow brand is going to be our brand of Alaska Lawn Mix seed and fertilizers. Sheila's also going to be here till 4 o'clock today at the store, and she'll also be in 12 to 4 as well tomorrow. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to stop on by and ask for Sheila. She's always has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to lawn and gardens. So I don't see any questions that have come through. We are recording this presentation, so once we finish this class, we'll kind of get it uploaded. We'll also be exporting the herb class from earlier today, so if anybody was registered for that, we will get both of the links out to everybody that registered ahead of time. And thank you so much again for joining us, and we hope you have a wonderful garden season. Anything else, Sheila?
That's it. Thank you.